Empire State Building.
New York.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Garrett from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Nev Schulman, MTV's Catfish, Wednesday nights, 8, 7 Central. Welcome to the Zoom Hangout chat, whatever you want to call it. But this is normal for you, pretty much, working through the computer.
Yeah, I mean, this has been my life for the last 4 months. Kamie, hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
All right, so let's talk about how pretty much between Clorox wipes, healthcare workers, and you are pretty much in the highest demand of right now. A virtual Catfish season is probably at an all-time peak, would you say?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, in a big way, the quarantine and I think everyone just sort of being home more has definitely inspired people and certainly provided them with the time necessary to explore perhaps things they've not done, whether it's dating online or catfishing. So it's happening in a big way.
And do you feel like the pandemic pretty much has turned up the notch on catfishing, or has it pretty much just staying even keel of you're seeing the same techniques, the same type of catfish, or has it become more sophisticated in a sense?
I think it's increased for sure. I mean, we have nothing but downtime, so there's not really much else to do. And if you're trying to get creative, like now is definitely the time. But I think you also see like an influx of people who are actually looking for real connections and relationships too.
Now, here's something interesting that I want to get your guys' take. So a guy on our show, his name's Scary Jones. He's on the radio. He actually got hit up on social media and saying, hey, you're on J-Date. And Scary's in a relationship with a girlfriend he's been with for many years, actually. And the interesting thing is they took a vacation photo of him, put him up on J-Date. He's not Jewish, and is saying he's 10 years younger than he actually is. First off, I know you deal with people who are falling for catfish, but what do you do if you're the person that's not even involved in a catfish, but they're using your photo?
You know, I think that's one of the messages I get more than any other, which is, oh my God, I just found out someone's using my photos on a dating app or made a fake profile using my pictures. What should I do, or what can I do? Sadly, I don't really have an answer. I know obviously there are steps you can take with that platform to let them know that profile is fake, but it's happening so much and so frequently. I think that the platforms are overwhelmed. It's, there's only so much they can do.
Right.
The good news is I did hear that Tinder is finally doing a photo verification background check thing. So I'm excited to see how that and if that works. But I think all the platforms could do a lot more, but I don't know what there's not much you can do as an individual.
Right.
It happened to me on Tinder. Somebody was using my photos on Tinder and matched with like my ex-boyfriend's best friend, and he sent it to me.
Well, what do you think that psyche is there, where they're using, someone who is in the media, their as a profile picture, as if, they come face to face, that, what's the psyche there? Like, though you were looking for this person, I'm better than this person that I tricked you with, right? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, it is confusing because when you look at it from the sort of end of the story where you say, well, what are you going to do now? You've been talking to this person, they think you're someone else. But I think if you go sort of rewind to the beginning and you just find a sort of lonely, maybe a little sad person who's just trying to make a new friend, doesn't maybe like the way they look, they make a profile, they don't think much of it, and then before you know it, they're talking to people and they're flirting, and then that flirting, it's kind of snowballs into this bigger thing. I think that's how it happens a lot.
I mean, it's almost as if people are convinced after watching like a 90-Day Fiancé that they can catfish someone and get into a long-lasting relationship and hopefully make it work, I guess. Now, Nev, out of all your seasons, and Kamie, what has been the most surprising situation you have seen that, when you meet people for the first time, they ask what you do if they don't know, and you tell them, there was this one time, like, what's that? There was this one time that still, you use when talking to friends or talking to people that you're meeting.
Well, I think anytime someone returns again and again, that's always like, I don't understand how that happens, because this show, I think, is enough to get you to never want to do again what it is that you've been doing once you've been exposed for it. How I don't know. We have some crazy ones coming up on this virtual season that I think are going to be taking the cake.
I think also there was that episode we did where that girl thought she was talking to Rich Dollaz.
Oh my God, yes. It was definitely the nephew or whoever it was.
And essentially it turned out that it was Rich Dollaz. It was his account and it was verified, which is why. But his nephew had been sort of like helping him run his account or something, and he didn't realize his nephew, or maybe he did, but that his nephew was using it to just sort of DM girls and get pictures, and I don't know. And that's like a good example of how even when you think you're talking to a verified account,
right,
you're still getting catfished.
Now, first off, before I want to get into some tips just to help some people out, especially now as you know, more and more people are turning to virtual dating. Nev, I want to know, what did you order in the airport when you left that $900 plus tip?
It was actually pretty boring. I think I got a salad because I had, you know, I've been snacking. You know, whenever I travel, I always eat kind of garbage, just snacky stuff all day.
We all do.
Yeah. And even though I wasn't super hungry, I was like, at least I got a salad. I'll feel like I'll sort of counterbalance all the garbage I've been eating. And then this girl told she was pregnant. I saw that she was pregnant. The due date was my birthday. And I just felt like this is a good opportunity to do something nice for someone. Yeah.
So by chance, if your birthday was on 10/15 and we ran into each other, we would have been you know, matched up. Now, guys,
too bad, right? Too bad my birthday's not in January.
Yeah, right. All right. So I want to talk about right before I let you guys go, and of course, Catfish Wednesday nights, MTV. As everyone's turning to virtual dating and going on virtual dates, and what are some tips for the single people out there or looking to get into a relationship to make sure they don't end up on your show?
Right. Well, that's the goal, right? I say go for it. I say do all the virtual dating. I think that it's a great tool to use, especially right now. But if you're going to use it, make sure that the person is legit. Make sure that they at least take the time to FaceTime you. We all have time now.
I know. Well, and now I think there's really, like, where there may have been an excuse in the past, you know, in terms of, oh, I've never done that, or I don't know how to do that. Like, now, if you haven't been on Zoom in the last 5 months, you basically don't exist.
Right.
So there's no excuse.
It's almost,
and I know a lot of people who are doing first dates now on Zoom, because not because they're far away from each other, but just because, you know, it's going out and meeting people in person is a risk, and I understand, and it's not one that people want to take. So before they do that, they want to just sort of have a little face-to-face digital communication and see if there's chemistry before they, you know, go on a real date.
And you can change the backgrounds too, so you can be in Italy on your first date.
Exactly.
All right. So pretty much just it's almost the equivalent of before dating. If you didn't have social media, you really didn't exist. Now it's, if you can't get on any type of video conference just to say hello for the first time, you're pretty much just that's the biggest red flag to look out for.
I think so. Yeah.
I think if they can't get on FaceTime or Zoom or something within the first 2 weeks, you need to just forget it.
Move on.
Well, I'm sure you guys are pretty much busier than ever right now. So I appreciate a few minutes of your time. Catfish MTV Wednesday nights, 8/7 Central. Guys, thank you very much, and good luck. I mean,
thanks so much, Garrett.
I'm praying for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I was like, yeah, this is your Super Bowl. I mean, like, I'm sure more and more people are hitting you up now than ever before.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting. Our one of the guys who Nev, you actually met on a red carpet back MTV VMAs at Radio City. He was getting hit up by all these listeners because they knew he was in a relationship. Going, hey, dude, they were calling him out like, hey, we found you on J-Date. First, he's not Jewish. And second, he was 10 years younger, and he was a doctor.
Oh my God!
Man, he sounds perfect. He must have been
exactly.
Right, exactly, and the fact that well, maybe the guy who's Jewish, we don't know, but our friend Scary isn't Jewish, so that was the one whole big. But thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, thanks. Anytime, man. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, and talk to you guys soon.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
The 100.